far away in the Pacific Ocean, where the waves whispered ancient songs. To the wind stood a lonely island, covered with black volcanic rocks and wildflowers. Above those endless waters lived two albatrosses. Their names were Aro and Elara. Every morning, they greeted the sunrise together. Every evening, they returned to the same cliff, overlooking the sea. To the other birds, they were ordinary, but to each other, they were home. Whenever Aro returned from long journeys across the ocean, Elara would already be waiting on the cliff. And no matter how tired he was, the moment he saw her, he would spread his wings and dance. Not because he had to, because love never felt like a duty. Years passed, storms came and went, seasons changed, yet every sunset still belonged to them. One spring, Elara laid a single egg. Both knew what that meant. An albatross chick required patience, sacrifice, and endless care. For months, they took turns protecting it. While one guarded the nest, the other flew thousands of miles over the ocean searching for food. One evening, while their chick slept beneath Elara's wings, she looked toward the horizon. "Aro," she said softly, "have you ever been afraid?" "Of what?" "Of losing everything we built." Aro looked at the nest, then at her, then at the endless sea. "Every day," he answered. Elara lowered her head. "Then why don't you show it?" Aro smiled. "Because fear tells me what I could lose. Love tells me what is worth protecting." For a long moment, neither spoke. The ocean did all the talking. Months later, their chick grew strong enough to leave the nest. The day it flew into the sky for the first time, Aro and Elara watched proudly. Their greatest achievement was not building a nest. It was raising someone who no longer needed it. Years passed again. Their chick disappeared into the vast world, just as all young albatrosses eventually do. Once more, it was only Aro and Elara. Older now, slower now, but somehow more in love than ever. One winter, something unexpected happened. While searching for food, Elara became trapped in a fishing line left, drifting in the sea. She fought, she struggled, but the line wounded one of her wings. By the time she returned to the island, she could barely fly. The injury never fully healed. After that day, long journeys became impossible for her. The other birds assumed Aro would leave. Many did. Nature could be cruel. A weak partner often meant a harder life. But every morning, Aro still flew across the ocean, not only for himself, for her. The distances grew longer. The effort grew greater. Yet he never missed a day. Whenever he returned, exhausted from the sea, Elara would apologize. "You shouldn't have to do all this because of me." And every time, Aro gave the same answer. "I don't do it because I have to." One evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, Elara asked him a question. "If you had known this would happen to me, would you still have chosen me all those years ago?" Aro stared at the golden sky, then gently touched his beak against hers. "No." Elara's eyes filled with sadness. But before she could speak, he continued, "I would have chosen you 1,000 times." The wind carried his words across the sea. For the first time in many months, Elara cried, not from pain, but from being loved so completely. Years later, age finally caught up with her. She became weaker. Her feathers lost their shine. Her flights became shorter and shorter. One quiet morning, she could no longer leave the cliff. Aro stayed beside her. The ocean stretched endlessly before them, the same ocean they had crossed together for a lifetime. Elara rested her head against him. "Do you regret anything?" she whispered. Aro looked toward the horizon they had chased since they were young. Only one thing. What? That forever is shorter than I thought. A tear rolled from Elara's eye. As the sun rose over the sea, she closed her eyes for the last time and peacefully slipped away. The waves continued moving. The wind continued singing. But for Aro, the world had become unbearably quiet. For days, he remained on the cliff, where they had spent their lives together, not because he was waiting for her return, but because every memory of her lived there. Then one evening, as the sky turned gold and crimson, Aro stood at the edge of the cliff. He looked toward the horizon, and for a moment, he imagined seeing her there, young again, healthy again, waiting for him as she always had. A gentle wind brushed through his feathers. Aro spread his wings, not to escape grief, not to chase the past, but to carry their love one final time, across the sea they had shared. And with the setting sun glowing behind him, he disappeared into the endless horizon. The ocean never told anyone where he went, but perhaps some love stories do not end. They simply become part of the wind. Real love is not staying when everything is easy. Real love is choosing the same heart, again and again. Even when sacrifice becomes heavy, time becomes cruel, and life becomes uncertain. Loyalty is not a promise spoken once. It is a promise kept every day. Thank you for watching.